Welcome into Unstable Conversation, a podcast for disc golfers by disc golfers that takes you below the surface of the disc golf world. We're going to get into all the things that the typical podcasts for disc golfers don't really get into. I don't think we're very concerned with scores, pars, bogeys. We're really more interested in talking about the things that happen behind the scenes. We want to talk about what goes into setting up a tournament, what has to happen for a league to really happen, and bag tags. So we want to get into the stuff that you're not really ever going to hear about unless you're really plugged into the disc golf scene. If you're one of those sort of movers and shakers, it's the stuff that you should know about, but you probably don't.
That's exactly right. We've got with us Alex Seminary, the leader of the founder. Sure, founder. Founder sounds great. Founder of Disc Golf Chicago, out of, we're central to, what would you say?
I'm near Midway, so I'm on the south side of Chicago, but sure. we operate really just in the south suburbs.
Great.
The real Chicago.
Yeah, the real Chicago. And to my left, Mr. Sean Callahan, designer of the famous Dellwood Disc Golf course in Lockport, Illinois, and the owner and proprietor of Dellwood Disc Golf here in Lockport.
Present.
Thank you for that. And I'm Ryan Fancher, the founder, if I could call it that, of Unstable Disc Golf gear, apparel and clothing and gear to help with your game. And we like to say, if you look good, you feel good, you play good. Those are my goals. So this is just going to give you a little bit of an intro into what we plan to do in the coming weeks, months, years to give you the inside look at the disc golf world and what it takes, what you guys like, what you guys don't like. You're going to hear from a lot of different pros, a lot of different AMs, a lot from us, and we hope you enjoy it.
Ryan, what are you most excited to be getting into?
I really want to get into, the tournament life, and not the tournament player life, but the TD life, what it takes to run a tournament, what it takes to get sponsors, what that even means, what your sponsors do for you as disc golfers and for the community, what it takes when there are 50 to 100 angry disc golfers staring at you while you try to add scores, the pressures of putting on a good tournament. Because it definitely happens. Like, there's pressure every single time we run a tournament, and it's all pressure based on us wanting to do the best possible job for the community, for the disc golf world, and
Sure.
For all the players that sign up, because there's money involved. You sign up, you pay your $50, your $60, your bag tag $15, whatever it is. We want it to be quadruple your value. In the money that you spend. We want you to have a good time, and we want to do it right.
And I think that's where you're going to find more of the true, real growth in our sport, is when people start to understand things from the perspective of, maybe it's kind of like the pecking order of, the guys that are tuning in that are like, oh, I haven't played bag tags yet, but I just heard the perspective of a guy that plays MA3 and has been for 2 years, and now I'm motivated.
Right.
And then we've got our MA3 listeners that are listening to the MA1 guys that are like, I think next year I'm going to go play pro. So I think once everybody starts to hear those perspectives, they're really going to truly understand where it's all going and why there is so much content that we need to talk about and discuss on shows like this.
Yeah. So we want to inspire more people to help grow the sport, really.
Take an initiative. I don't mean, starting your own leagues or tournaments or anything like that, which is also great, but volunteer once in a while. Take a weekend off. Come out and spot. Come out and help, run bag tags. See what it takes behind the scenes, because you learn so much about the game of disc golf. If I could tell you how many rules that I have concreted in my mind from questions that players had between rounds, that I didn't have the answer to, that I didn't know, and now know for sure. And like, those things are invaluable, and you can't really learn those until you're behind the scenes and you have it right in your face, and that's fantastic. That's what I love about it.
Knowing that all this, when people start to learn really what's happening behind the scenes, people will hopefully be inspired, like you said, to play more and to take their game more seriously. I really want to see people get inspired to apply whatever talents they have that are not disc golf related to the disc golf world. So if you are a web designer and you love disc golf, like, get inspired to help somebody, like, team up with somebody who's putting on events and like make awesome websites for that event. Or if you're a photographer, come out and take pictures. There's a couple people out there already doing that, and they're doing amazing things. But like, take what you're really, really good at and help, bring that into the disc golf world. That's how we're going to get real growth.
Yeah.
So hopefully, this helps to achieve some of that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you want to come out and play and, at the end of the day go home and that's your thing, that's great. But if you also want to get more involved, which I think a majority of disc golfers want to do and don't know how, I think this will help quite a bit.
Totally. I don't think that there has been that voice to those people yet. I mean, that's what I try to do with Dellwood Disc Golf every day, and get people to realize that it's not the intimidating group of monsters at leagues that you think it is. It's a bunch of really cool guys that are just wanting to get together and organize disc golf. Yeah, being a voice to those people the ripple effect of that is immense. So big.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Keep your ears peeled, keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be putting out a lot of good content. There'll be, the occasional pro involved, course designers, anybody who's anybody behind the scenes can be involved, but also you, as a listener and as a regular player could be involved. So subscribe if you guys are interested in hearing what we have to say and learning a little bit more about what's going on behind the scenes of this sport you love.
If there's things that you guys want to hear us talk about that you never really get to experience or know, or there's knowledge that you think is pertinent to your current disc golf situation that you're unsure about, let us know. We'd love to have more input, and that's only going to generate some more great content for this podcast and give a lot more listeners a lot more info. So please do that.
We are super excited to bring you a ton of content that we have never been able to bring you in this form before. I can talk for myself and Ryan that we do this all the time sitting at Burger King, and now we're going to be able to officially do it and get it out to people.
I too sit at Burger King often.
In the form of a podcast. So
we are not sponsored by Burger King.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Correct.
Goals.
But like and subscribe and listen and all those things that everyone ever tells you to do on social media. Catch you next time.